Okay. What's unique about the music program at Gobles?
Music program as a whole, I feel is different than other schools because we don't have a choir program here. A lot of schools in our area don't have orchestras, but we don't even have a choir. Um, I'd say it's unique as well because Pam and I teach the general music portion as well. So I do general music and band, which is good if you want to train your kids to be a band member when they're older. And if they love music, their only option is band. So in a way, I like that because they get filtered into my program if that's what they want to do. The other thing that's unique that maybe is not so good about our program here is that they start in sixth grade, which I know a lot of schools are now going to sixth grade instead of starting in fifth grade due to budget issues. But my kids do sixth grade, all instruments together, and we only meet for a half hour during their recess time. So if they choose to do band, they have to give up their recess time. And I have to walk them over from our elementary school to the middle school, high school band room. And so for 30 minutes, it really ends up being really only 20 minutes of instruction. And in the beginning, when they're first learning to put their instruments together, everything else like that, it's even less. It ends up being more like 10 minutes because it takes them so long to get everything put together and put away at the end. So
Cool.
our seventh and eighth grade is combined, and then our 9th through 12 is our high school band.
Cool. Okay. How diverse are your students?
Um, as far as racially, our school is not very diverse. We are primarily white. As far as income, we are middle class to below the poverty line. I believe over 60, I think around 60% of our students, maybe a little bit more, are free reduced lunch. Um, and as far as what our kids are involved in, my kids and band are involved in everything at school. They're in every sport, I think, except volleyball this year. As far as my high school kids go, my middle school kids, I have volleyball players. They're in Quiz Bowl, they're in Science Olympiad, they're involved in a lot of things, horseback riding, things that aren't even here at our school, like gymnastics as well. So they're involved
Okay.
in a lot of stuff. So sometimes scheduling things can be tricky for them to do everything. But fortunately, I have a fantastic athletic director that really works with us so that my kids can be in band and athletics, and it's not difficult to do both.
Cool. Okay. What do you think is exceptional about your band? Like, what do they do well?
Um, I feel like my kids really love to perform, which is, um, I think, kind of different from maybe some other areas. I feel like they always kind of step it up a notch, and they love they love the crowd, they love the audience, they love to play for people. I feel like they play with good tone, good sound, and I feel like they play very musically, even my younger kids. And that we start talking about balance even in sixth grade band. And so I feel like they do a very good job of listening and playing with other people.
Cool. Okay. Where does the money come from?
We get $2,000 from the school every year for everything for the whole band program. I get an additional $200 for the entire general music program, which is K6, actually developmental kindergarten through 6. And our boosters provide additional funds for paying instructors at band camp and for paying, they do some instrument repair. They make sure that our kids are fed at different events. We're saving money right now for new instruments. We definitely need new sousaphones and we need marimba. We don't have a marimba right now. So we're working for that. We have just now been allowed to do more fundraisers. Up until this point, we've only been allowed to do bake sales and car washes. And now this year, this past spring, we did our first pie sale, which did really well through Market Day, and we actually have a lot of people asking more for them. So I'm hoping that this year will be better, and then we're actually able to do another fundraiser this fall. So hopefully we'll be getting more money because right now we're kind of piecing together instruments with duct tape and like string, like so that we can get working instruments. And we beg, borrow, and steal from other bands too. So like if we need music, like sometimes I can buy stuff, sometimes I can't buy stuff. So like I might go into another school's library and borrow a piece of their music, and they might borrow a piece of my music, and we just make things work that way. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And the last one is, what's your long-term plan for music at Gobles High School?
The long-term plan is to definitely grow the program. I would love to have the sixth grade. They're talking about moving the sixth grade over into the middle school, high school building because we have we've lost a lot of students due to economic climate, and so we have empty classrooms over here. And so the sixth grade used to be in this building. They're talking about bringing it back, so it would be like a true middle school wing and then a high school wing. And I would love that because then I could have them in band for a longer period of time. And I would love to start fifth grade band. And since I already teach fifth grade general music, that could be very easily implemented into a already existing schedule. So it wouldn't cost the district any money. I really feel, and then I would do them in like split them up between woodwind and brass and percussion that way. And they wouldn't necessarily meet every day, but I feel like we could get more accomplished that way. And I think the biggest struggle right now is the gap between sixth grade and then the expectations of middle school. So I think that would really help close that gap if I had sixth grade for actual full class period time instead of like 20 minutes. So I think that would really help. I'd love to have bigger numbers, and I feel like we're going in that direction. And I think if we have bigger numbers, we could play more diversity or more diverse music. So that would definitely be ideal. We've got more kids taking lessons now, and that's very exciting. I hope that we can continue doing that. And yeah, I love what we're doing marching wise. I think that our kids really like that too. And I'd love to we're growing the amount of kids that go to solo and ensemble, and I'd like to keep going that direction too. So I think it would be fun to eventually take a trip with the kids. I think that would be a really fun thing for them. Like even if it was just like a musical trip to Chicago where we go and we get clinicked, that would be really fun. So
cool. Thank you. That was really helpful.
Where does the money come from? Was that